ASMR. No. Okay, I'm gonna start this thing.
The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast.
Is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days.
Hosted by a group of best friends. If you'd like to find out more, visit nerdchatmedia.com.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
Oh, hello, Daddy D. Wally here, and welcome to The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. My name is Daddy D. Wally, and tonight we're going to be talking about Gears of PlayStation Bacon.
What? Oh, I don't have
Bacon. Gears of War on... Oh, God.
I don't have
Project Keenan leaks. Forza Motorsport 20th year anniversary. More Assassini inbound. Oh my gosh, I forgot about GTA 6. Who cares? That game's never coming out. And Xbox Cloud Gaming and LG TVs and a special guest, but we'll talk about that here just momentarily. Joining me as always is Open the Floodgate. Bacon Game, and also producing tonight's episode because Jose's not here. We'll get to that later as well. Go ahead, Bacon.
I wear a lot of hats. I'm producer, I'm the talent, I'm the hot takes guy, I'm the PC builder extraordinaire, I'm the advice guy. So I do a lot behind the scenes on this podcast, but I don't do a lot. I feel like Jose works harder than all of us. But
put together,
if my little banner says open the floodgates, send every game to PlayStation. Let's do it. Let's keep dominating these charts over there.
They've already been opened, Bacon, but thank you for reiterating that. And joining us as always, it turns out Bubble Boy probably the only one here who's reading consistent books. That's
not true.
I've got a book back there from Chance that he gave. Actually, I don't know where it is. It's somewhere back there. From that Xbox guy. I can't remember. I have still yet to get to. By the way, I did read The Last Ronin. Bacon, I need a quick update. Have you read The Last Ronin?
I'm trying to savor it page by page.
Bacon, it's like 8 pages.
It's a graphic novel, man. It'll take you a day.
I'm going to read it this week. I promise.
All right. Bubble Boy and Seven, how are you? And then take it away after this, please.
I'm great. So I said, turns out I can read. I was joking. I always knew I could, but it's been a minute. I'll be honest, JB. It's been a minute since I can't even think of the last book that I read strictly for pleasure. Do a lot of reading at school, obviously, but strictly for pleasure has been Dungeon Lords, The Lost Disciple. And so without further ado, our special guest, as Diego noted over here, a slightly less brown version of Jose, right? Like the opposite. I don't know what the opposite of a sunburn is, but yeah, that's not Jose for you eagle-eyed viewers out there. That is the one and only JB Coleman. And so I found this article, JB. If you're like, wow, I have no idea what they're talking about, please cut me off and be like, I'm going to just introduce myself. But I saw this article in the News Channel Nebraska. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Right. So it could be complete, utter garbage, but let's see. So, marking 20 years since the original Dungeon Lords PC game, JB Coleman reimagines the franchise as a dark fantasy novel series. With Dungeon Lords now a registered trademark, the new book, The Lost Disciple, blends RPG-inspired storytelling for modern fantasy fans. 2 decades after the release of the original Dungeon Lords PC game, the name returns, this time as a dark fantasy novel series, officially trademarked and reimagined by none other than our guest, JB Coleman. And as of April 29th, the brand now belongs officially to its creator. So in my head, when I read all that, what I think, and this is probably dumbing it down way too much, so please correct me if I'm wrong. You just took a beloved IP that you had and you're like, I'd like to own that now, and then write a book about it, and then not just a book, an entire series, and own everything there is to it. Is that entirely too much dumbing it down, or what?
No, that's basically it. I mean, I didn't play the game back in the day. For anybody who hasn't seen it, Dungeon Lords.
Yeah.
I have several different copies. I started collecting them, but essentially it was an RPG in 2005, which is funny because I remember seeing it on the shelf next to Gothic 3, and I picked up Gothic 3 back in the day and played that. So I kind of missed Dungeon Lords, but came back around to it. But yeah, essentially they let the trademark drop. I'm an SEO by trade. That's like my day job, like
Okay.
a search engine optimizer. So looking at old domains, there was dungeonlords.com, and I was like, that's got to be something. So started doing research on it. December 2023, I picked up the domain, didn't really know what I was going to do with it. August of last year, I started writing the book because I was like, this is really cool. It's a really cool name. A lot of people think it has to do with Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not.
Well,
I mean,
of course.
same genre, but it's not exactly related. But yeah, I don't own anything to do with the game except for the dungeonlords.com and then now the trademark as of a couple weeks ago. So
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the trailer right now on Steam. Mostly positive reviews on Steam, and it says 50, 70 hours of pure old school RPG. This looks pretty intense. Chance, maybe you need to buy that and play that on your.
Oh, it's on my wish list now.
I was going to say on your Steam.
Yeah.
Just playing. I didn't play the Oblivion original, but I've been playing the remaster. If you said, I think I watched a little bit of your podcast last week.
Yeah.
You said the mechanics are largely the same. Dungeon Lords is going to be pretty frustrating if it's something else.
I mean, it's got better reviews than Starfield, guys. I'm just saying. Somehow, it's better.
Well, I don't know. The lock picking in Oblivion, everybody's frustrated with. It's
terrible.
worse. It's worse in Dungeon Lords.
Very nice. Well, thank you for
So
joining us,
Bacon
JB.
won't be
Go ahead.
picking it up.
Chance, how do you want to? Did you have like some specific questions you wanted to ask him and talk about? Go ahead.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. If we could, because I think it's fascinating, and I'm learning as we go. I had no idea you hadn't played the game to start with. That's crazy to me. That's even crazier. Like, I just figured you were like this diehard Dungeon Lords, random obscure Steam PC game fan, and then saw it was dying, and you're like, I need it. So how do you go from that to then writing a book?
I used to write a lot back in like junior high and stuff, but Bill's life kind of took over. So I don't know, a lot of life changes going on. I just figured I really just want to get into something that I want to do in life, and decided to go for the book since I had the domain. So came at it from the angle of this has a lot of like previous backlinks because like Wikipedia and all these gaming sites are still linking to the original.
Yeah.
So that gives you like the SEO juice for ranking and stuff. So kind of came at it from that angle and backed into it.
So this is, to me, probably I'll come out the gates firing with this one. If you were to be approached by a video game developer or like a Hollywood studio or HBO, and you had to choose one or the other, you go in video game adaptation or movie adaptation / TV series.
I think a game would be really cool, but I don't know. I feel like I might need to develop it a little bit more. I don't want to end up like Game of Thrones where they just don't finish the series and only have the TV show.
Game of Thrones is great.
No spoilers. I haven't seen it.
Well, yeah.
Shut up.
I'm serious. I watched the first like season and a half, and I was like, "This is boring," and I quit. Sorry.
I wasn't disappointed at Game of Thrones because I binged like all of it in 3 weeks and then watched the finale when it aired. So I didn't have the 8 years or whatever.
Dang, you didn't have to wait after. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Daniel. Maybe earmuffs for a second.
Just don't say it. JB, I got a question for you. So THQ Nordic used to own the domain, or I guess the IP, or how does that work?
It was created by Heuristic Park, and then they went out of business. THQ bought it. So they technically own the game. They technically get money from the sales on Steam. They own that story. Like I went with a completely different story because I don't own that. I wasn't going to infringe on that. But since I own the name, I can use it now for the books, which I released the book before I got the trademark. But
So hypothetically, if they want to make a sequel to this, they would have to come to you.
in the US, yeah, I think they're Australian.
Oh, okay.
But if they want to release in the US, they would have to go to me, which is
Dang.
kind of blows my mind a little bit too. But
That's crazy.
So then how much do you want to pay us to buy the Nerd Chat domain from us? It starts at $8 million. Would you like, are you in the market? Still,
no.
you could make some pretty cool
Well,
books.
if
about
anything,
it.
we need to hire JB to help us with the SEO for us.
Yeah.
For get those subs.
Yeah.
I can share. I paid $2.99 for the domain.
Dang.
So that was a pretty good steal. Dungeonlord.com, somebody else had without the S, and I paid $1,000 for that to get that under my umbrella. So
Okay.
because I wanted to own the without the S just
Yeah.
to cover my bases. That one didn't have any like SEO value or anything, but
Dang. So Todd Oxtra, one of our super fans, has the copyright and trademark expired. He wanted to know. I assume for Dungeon Lords with an S.
I own the trademark, and they own, like I said, the actual IP for the game. I might explore getting that if I get to that level. And like, I don't know, it'd be cool to like remake it into like a Dungeon Lords Classic remastered or something cool. But
yeah, that's awesome.
I got my story copyrighted by the U.S. government, just so I had that. But
yeah, nice.
It's a whole different thing.
So one of the things we always like to ask guests too, though, is like, just tell us some of your favorite games, favorite console, but it sounds like you probably started on PC. So do you even have a favorite console, favorite stories in video games? Obviously, I'd love to know about being an author. And then if there's any characters that jump out that you're like, man, I wish I could have written for that character or done backstory for this character, stuff like that.
Favorite consoles, probably the Switch lately. I don't know. I play, excuse me, I play a lot of games with my kids.
Yeah.
So we got that for Christmas. My daughter said she wanted it last fall, and I said that's a little expensive, and she said, "Well, Santa can get it." So
it's free for him, right?
Yeah, we ended up getting it for free from Santa, so that was good.
Hell yeah.
But I played Breath of the Wild, Zelda. That was a really good one. Open world Zelda was insane. I really like that.
Yeah.
They're not, I don't know, Zelda games aren't huge on story. Like the basic story is okay, but they do it the same one for every single game.
Yeah. Go find the Master Sword and save the princess. That's about it.
Yeah. Pretty cut.
Awesome. So then you got to tell in let's see. So Bacon is also playing Oblivion for the first time. Had you played any of the other Elder Scrolls games?
I played Skyrim, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Yeah. On your refrigerator or on your Alexa, or was it on?
I think it was
on an actual gaming console.
I think it was on PC.
Yeah.
It's always the right answer.
My data corrupted though, so I like rage quit. I lost like 20 hours of play, and I'm just like, I'm done. So I never played it again.
Damn.
Well, luckily we've got cloud saves now, so you don't have to worry about that as much.
That is nice.
So if you had to pick one in terms of strictly writing, if you can remember back to some of the writing in Skyrim, is there something that jumps out to you about Oblivion?
I don't know. I mean, I like the setup. It's pretty epic going to the hellscape of Oblivion, which I don't know. It looks really cool. I thought it'd be a little more intense. I figured there'd be more bad guys and stuff. It's just like a lot of scamps running around, or whatever those things are called. I went into a couple different gates and didn't really know how to close them down until that like first one within the story where you got to take the gem or whatever.
Yeah. The sigil stones.
Yes.
I left one of the gates and I like phased into a rock. So there was like a glitch where I was in this rock, and there was like these scamps around. So whenever I left Oblivion, I couldn't move.
Just like the classic first
good old Bethesda.
I had to kill the scamp under the rock, and somehow I killed the one through the rock that was above me, and then I was able to fast travel out of there. But yeah, that was one of the major glitches I ran into so far.
Nice. It wouldn't be a Bethesda game without that. So, all right. Do you want to take it away for a couple minutes and tell us about the book and why we should pick it up or ask for a free Audible copy.
Can I actually ask? Is it tied to the first game? Can you give like a quick little summary of the first game, or no? Or is it like completely different?
Of the Dungeon Lords game?
Yes.
There's like a circle of mages, and like one's good and one's evil, and this evil King Barrowgrim takes the evil mage and banishes the good mage, and then he tries to use the evil mage to like take over the land. Like I said, the mechanics are very frustrating. Like you'll be trying to pick a lock on a chest and you'll just get attacked by bad guys, or you'll literally have your menu open trying to change weapons and you'll get attacked by bad guys. That's basically the premise of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, just random encounters is it, and it's just, I don't know. They had budget problems, so it's just very empty. Like everything is grass. There's like a couple swamps, but like everything is grass and there's just trees. You can tell they did a little bit of work on like the Fargrove, which is like the first kingdom that you're in. But then by the time you get to like the Elven kingdom, there's just like these shacks in the middle of grass, and there's just like, I don't know. You could just tell that they were in a hurry to get it done. There's like campfires in the middle of the wilderness where you would expect like bandits, but there's just a campfire and a treasure chest, and that's it. So,
So
again,
what gives it such a good rating? on
mostly
Steam,
positive
then?
reviews,
Yeah.
you guys. The only negative review I'm seeing is the graphics are not good, and then this guy, I really liked the game at first, but then the encounters started to get a little bad and difficult, and like that's about it. Like I'm
it's gotta be nostalgia glasses. I
yeah,
don't know.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So tying it, how does that tie? So where does it go into your book? I guess.
So,
Like,
my book is completely original. I just took the concept of Dungeon Lords and what could that possibly mean. So I came up with, there's an evil ruler, Kozimir, on the mountain that is the capital of Ivania, and he's ruled for 300 years. He killed the Ivanian family so he could become, the dictator of this land. Excuse me. And it really starts as he dies. I mean, that's not a spoiler because it's in the very beginning. It's the chosen one kills him, and then it's the fallout of the chosen one not sacrificing himself like the prophecy stated, and killing him and actually taking over as the evil dictator, and the disciples that were following him, how they kind of pick up the pieces, how they're still kind of controlled by this dark force. And our main character, Pharaoh, loses his memory as he's blasted down the mountain. So he wanders into this small town and meets up with these people who kind of become his party. So I tried to kind of base it off of like an RPG feel, like you're kind of playing Dungeons and Dragons as you're going along with it. There's an event that happens in this town where they have to go off and save this girl. So these people kind of band together and go off to save this girl.
Yeah, and I get mad video game vibes from it when I am like putting myself in the shoes of Pharaoh. Can you hold the book up again? He's the main character, right? As the lion.
It's a lion.
Giant...
Yeah, lion man. It looks
Man.
like Khajiit,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
more
like
angry.
a thick book.
Yeah, I definitely picked the Khajiit when I did Oblivion. Tried to make him look like that.
Yeah, dang it, I forgot to ask you that. Yeah. Go ahead, Dan.
I was going to say, like, does the Khajiit have a specific race name in the book or this in your?
No, I mean they're just
story?
kind of cursed from this when they killed the evil emperor. The spell that radiated from him. We don't really fully get to it in this first book.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold on a little bit because.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. You're hitting into spoiler areas, but no, I'm like, man, this guy screams. He would make such a good video game character, especially with that hammer axe thing that he has. I would love for that to be a main character on a game. And I was like, my daughter and I, when we sat down, she always does my character creators for me. Made a Khajiit for the first time. I was like, well, I got to go back and name him Pharaoh now. So
That's what I
see
did.
if I can give him a bigger mane, and I guess I'm going to be a brute running around here. So it's cool. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. I'm really enjoying it so far.
How far did you get?
I'm about halfway right now. So, and I know, like I said, that it feels like I could be reading. I don't know. They do scripts, right, for video games. Like I could be reading a script for a video game because it's definitely given me some of those vibes too. So, to me, obviously, as a fan of video games, I enjoy that. I like that. I've played a little bit. Jose and I, our other co-host who's not here, have tried a little bit of D&D. We were all green as can be, noobs as can be when we first did it, and so we kind of like you really need a good dungeon master, I think, right, the first time you play, and so we didn't do it a ton, but it fits right in with all that stuff. So if that was your goal, I think definitely crushed it. So
Oh, thanks. I haven't actually played D&D, which is weird.
Okay,
I've watched some
crazy.
I've watched some as research for the book.
Yeah, I
was trying to
imagine.
get into it, like Critical Role and stuff. I watched a little bit of their stuff.
Sure. So, all right. Well, thank you. I think when we move on a little bit, like I said, like jump in with all this news stuff, and then maybe we'll wait a little bit and see about giving out some. I think, did we say to the audience? I can't remember if this was before or after, but we have a couple of Audible codes, right, to give out so they
you did say that. Very
free
nice. Cool.
downloads.
See, Bacon,
for
you can
Audible.
listen. You don't even have to read.
I'm not gonna lie. I have Audible, and I even have Game of Thrones loaded up, and I got like the first two. I'm too
And he
lazy
still
to
doesn't
even
listen.
Audible. I just listen to
Stop
YouTube.
listening to gaming podcasts and listen to a book, Bacon. Original
I
IP.
feel like I'd get smarter, but
Then you can tell people you read the book, and they wouldn't be able to.
They wouldn't even know. That's the same thing.
I read it through Audible.
Thank you, JB. We'll get back to you here in a little bit. Bacon, let's get into Xbox news.
Almost, Bacon.
Is that the only one you know, Bacon?
I got that, and I got this one.
That's it.
Oh, we're not gonna do our shout outs?
No, we're going to get straight into the news.
Okay, hold on.
Bacon. Jose, we're screwed without you.
I got music I can play too.
News story number 1. Get ready for some juicy takes, Bacon.
Oh, I got that. Hold on.
I can't believe this. It's
Timestamps?
over.
Dan, you
It's all over. Xbox is dead, you guys.
Or it's healthier than it's ever.
News story number 1. This is coming straight from the PlayStation account. Rev up your Lancers. Gears of War Reloaded is coming to PS5 August 26th, remastered from the ground up.
It's okay, Dan. I promise.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Oh, it's all over, guys. All of you that were holding the line.
It's fine, Dan. I promise.
All of us who bought Xbox Ones day one, despite this is how you share games.
This guy.
All of us there buying Xbox Series X's at launch thinking this was our generation. All of us there buying another Series X when they were $350 and you knew it was over because nobody else was buying them at $350 in holiday 2023. It's all over.
It's not. Boy, he's really taking this hard chance.
Yeah, I
Coming from Xbox now. The original Gears of War returns. Gears of War Reloaded drops August 26th with Game Pass. Who cares? It's coming to PlayStation. With Xbox Play Anywhere, who cares? You're going to have to pay $80. Relive the fight across Xbox consoles that aren't selling. Xbox, PC, or Steam it with cloud gaming and Game Pass. Who cares? Wherever you play, Delta Squad is back. It's coming out. It's $39.99 on
So not
PlayStation
80.
5.
there you go.
Sure, it's not 80.
PlayStation 5. For some reason they get a cheap version. They get the cheapest version of it too. They don't even have to pay $80 on PlayStation 5.
I'd have charged him 100.
By the way, if you own this, which a lot of people do, the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which is just this game remastered again. I mean, this fits the PlayStation MO right there. Another remaster for their console. But
So that's free to the people.
you
who
get a
own it
free
already?
you get a free upgrade.
It's not
Cool.
$10.
It's not $10 like PlayStation or Nintendo, but
Weird.
It says Xbox fans who own the digital version of Gears of War Ultimate Edition receive a
that's-
free upgrade.
you get
to Gears of War
you're getting the
Reloaded.
game. But what do
That's
they add?
pretty consumer
What do they
friendly.
add, Bacon? Just multiplayer. That's it. It's the same game. They added multiplayer, and they upgraded
4K
it
assets,
again.
frame rates. There's
Again, Bacon,
There's
take
some
it away.
updates.
Why, tell me why Xbox isn't dead, Bacon.
dude. This is a 20-year-old game that nobody has played in 15 of said 20 years. Now you're telling me that literally taking this 20-year-old remastered game that we've all played, the remastered version, and selling it to the PlayStation community somehow is going to lessen your enjoyment of playing this remaster of a remaster of an original. Dan.
Bacon, think of the
are we that
haptics. Think of the
tribalistic?
haptics is what.
God, I can't wait.
Game positive, can't wait
I'm
for
buying
the
a
dual
PS5
He can't
just to
wait.
play with my
Guys,
haptics.
exactly. Base Bacon, he can't wait. We can't wait to use our dual
Resistive
senses
triggers
and
with
feel
the
like,
shotgun.
God!
Ugh, my Nasher's gonna be going
That one was
crazy.
a little hard. That controller might be dead.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, JB, you're not a mandatory reporter, are you? Because sometimes Daniel does things that might
Anyway.
need.
But again, back to my point, it is Xbox is the number one publisher on freaking PlayStation right now, and they're going to continue this onslaught. They're going to
Wait.
drop Halo right before Bungie's disaster comes
That's
out.
dead anyway. Marathon's dead anyway. Wait,
Right,
Bacon.
and-
I gotta counterpoint to that, and I gotta get to these comments because they're
right.
popping off. Freight Conductor says, Todd Oxter says, I blame the haters of Gears 5 and not buying more copies and more Xboxes. Freight Conductor, this is like Christmas on COD. Only you can take it out on all of your frustrations on the PlayStation players.
Christmas noobs.
Christmas noobs. Sorry. Dinero Primero, though, this is what I'm talking about. Dinero Primero, based as always, bringing in the real questions and the real based scenarios. Bacon, can you pull up his comment?
I sure can. I got that power.
You do know how to do that? Good. Let me ask, Dinero writes, let me ask an alternate universe question to the panel. If you guys were not on PC and were strictly on Xbox, how would you feel about this? And would you switch to PS5 because of the new strategy? Does anyone want to go? I'm going to go first. Screw it. I'm Diego. Let me tell you something.
I bought a PS5 Pro.
I was going to pull it out later, but you know what?
please do.
Bacon's already
Pull it out, Dan.
here's the honest truth, Diego. I can no longer recommend any reason why you should go out and buy an Xbox. Not even Game Pass anymore, boys. Because as soon as Game Pass goes up, I'm out.
Oh, like
All right.
$1? You're out after
Timestamp.
$1?
28
Diego,
minutes.
for real, if I was still on Xbox right now, like you, my poor son, my little mijo, I'm sorry, Diego. I feel your pain. I feel it. I've been playing on everything since the SNES days. Every console. I've owned every major console since the SNES. Not the Dreamcast. I skipped that. But everything else I have owned. But I've strictly been on Xbox since the 360, since Halo and CE. It's been since Halo CE. I switched over from PS2 to an Xbox. Diego, I feel your pain right now. And I know we should be like, oh, you should have no loyalties to any corporations
You
or
said that
no
on Discord
loyalties to
earlier today.
Xbox or PlayStation. No. You should be a fan of gaming. I am. But that doesn't mean I'm not human and have feelings.
Jesus.
I feel for you, Diego. I feel for the Xbox core. If for some reason, Diego, my beautiful PC, you see this PC over here? You see this PC over here? If I cannot upgrade this to meet my PC gaming needs, if it becomes too expensive and I have to go back to console gaming, I hate to say it, Diego, I'm going to a PS5 Pro or a PS6. It's over.
So
Consoles,
what if-
dead. Sarah Bond, the greatest generation, dead. I don't believe anything Phil, Sarah, especially what's his face? Aaron Greenberg. I don't believe any of them
He's still employed by Xbox?
anymore. Matt Booty, he can kiss my booty.
Hot
Okay?
take there, buddy.
I don't believe any of them.
Oh boy.
They're all bad. We were loyal. Why do you think there's no fan fest this year? Very obvious. I hope somebody's clipping this, and I hope somebody sees that
I
I'm
put it at
calling
28.
Xbox out, and I'm spitting fire right now.
Facts.
Chance, take it away.
Well, I'm curious, and I'm reminded. So before you got on, because JB said he was the proud owner of a Gears of War themed 360. Was that right, JB?
Yeah, it was the Gears 3 360 exclusive.
Yeah, the good old days, the only good generation of Xbox.
That was the
360.
last Xbox I had. I mean, I got a soft
There you
spot
go.
for it because of that, but I had to sell it for rent, so I haven't had one since.
But still,
So thinking of that, what if the E-Day when they come out has a limited edition PS5 Pro Gears of War themed E-Day? Daniel, you buying it then?
no, I don't
They're
care
not
about
putting
Gears of
E-Day
War. I've already
in
played it.
the
Like Bacon said, I've already played this game many times. I'm not kidding. I'm not even going to play this on Game Pass. But Chance, give me some sort of reaction here. What do you think about? Answer Diego's question. If you were still on Series X and you were not on PC right now, how would you feel?
I said maybe. And the reason it's not a hardcore yes is the controller. I hate to have to say that, but I need my sweet
The whole controller thing though,
offset.
Chance, they have third party. You can buy that controller on PlayStation.
But it won't have the haptics or the rumble or the speaker or the theme.
But it'll have
music.
offset sticks. If offset sticks is the only thing keeping you around, you can get that on PlayStation. You can get great controllers now.
Then maybe, honestly, then the answer is maybe. And Jose and I think are both more on this side of the spectrum in that I think this is a great thing. I am excited that people who are so hardcore PlayStation and would never buy anything Xbox screen, whatever, that they get to experience this incredible series, this incredible IP, this incredible story.
I agree. That is all fine and dandy. The more the merrier. But I feel like Xbox isn't doing it for that. I think Xbox knows a lot of people
Doing it for
switched.
money. That's what
that
they're doing it.
and they're hitting people like our age. Like JB said, the one Xbox he had was a Gears one. They're going after people who switched from 360 to PS4 and stuck with its PS5, and now they're our age. They're hitting that nostalgia button, and they're going after those people too. Do you really think this is going to get that many new fans? Because I feel like a majority of these Gears fans were there on the 360, and they just happened to switch to PlayStation.
Sure. And will it get that many more new ones? No. But what it's going to do is it's going to get them more excited. They're drip feeding these what used to be first party Microsoft Xbox only games. They're drip feeding them to a Sony fanboy so that then when the real big guns come out of the next Halo or Fable or whatever it may be, that all these Sony ponies are going to be like, I have to have this. It doesn't matter what it is. I have to have it. Or possibly, hear me out, in a day where they might be launching their own handheld. If it's like, hey, you can get this for, here's some free Game Pass with a handheld.
Okay.
Maybe someone considers buying a handheld.
Great
because
point.
the PlayStation fan isn't going to move from
True. They're
PlayStation.
never
What I will
leaving.
call, hear
They're
me out
never
on this
leaving.
one. Their next PlayStation is not going to be the PS6. It's going to be the PSX ... box.
Ooh, I like it.
And no,
It is an
that'd
Xbox
be
now.
awesome. It'd be awesome if it was.
PlayStations
But no,
are
so they're
literally
not,
Xboxes.
They're not gonna. The person interested in a PS6 is not gonna buy whatever the next Xbox is.
True.
If it's just another console, what they might buy is if it's a handheld. If that's new to them, if that's
I like
an
that. Let's get to
ecosystem
that.
they don't have yet. That's what. And if they have this to look at, if they're like, man, that Gears Reloaded, that was really something special. There's your incentive.
No, they're going to be able to play Gears of War E-Day on day and date whenever that comes out. JB, let me ask you this. Do you have any opinion at all? You're more of a casual gamer. You're gaming on the Switch. You haven't had an Xbox forever, mostly on PC. Don't really care about consoles. Do you think it is a big deal, little deal, or just no deal, whatever, as long as the Xbox games and IP continue on, that Xbox is probably not going to be in the console business anymore?
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna keep making consoles. I mean, that they've been in it forever.
You guys
just
really
lose
think
Daniel?
You think it's just all merging together into one? Like everything's just going to merge into one? I mean, I don't see like Zelda being on PlayStation ever or Mario.
No, I think Xbox's premium console is going to be the PS5. And if you want to play Xbox natively, it's going to be on PC. I don't know why you guys are laughing. Like you think I'm crazy, but
I don't
they
think
are
you're
literally telling us this.
Can I
Every
speak?
move. You know when I knew it was over for Xbox? This is how you share games in the Xbox One launch. They lost it from that moment on. Consoles, mindshare, PS4 took over. And then when I really knew it was over for the series consoles, November 2023 through Christmas, they were selling Series X's for $350 and $180 Xbox Series S's, and nobody was buying them.
That's
Dan, can I ask you a question?
It's over.
Dan,
What?
do you know any casual gamers, like just your
Yes.
FIFA, Call of
Speaking of, I wanted to bring this question up from Game Positive. Dan, how's your neighbor who you just convinced to buy an Xbox doing? Which ties into what Diego said. Maybe just because of my financial situation, I wouldn't switch. I can buy all the games I'm interested in, and Game Pass keeps me on Xbox. For now, Bacon, that is the one thing, the only reason why you would buy an Xbox console would be the cheap barrier to entry before the price hikes and Game Pass. Game Pass is an incredible value. There's nothing that matches it. But I'm starting to believe that a majority of people do not game like us. They do not game like Netflix. They do not consume video games the same way as they consume content on these streaming services. I am starting to question if Game Pass is going to be around. And once Game Pass goes, Xbox, done.
There's
you guys are
30
shaking your
million
head.
subscribers
We are not
to Game
Zoomers.
Pass, bro.
We do not, the Zoomers, and the data shows that they do not play games like we do. They do not sit with games. They want free to play, or they just will buy something that they want. You guys think I'm crazy, but the more I think about this, I'm telling you, Xbox, everything they've shown us is telling us we're done. And they don't care. Because as long as you're playing somewhere, you're a monthly active user, and that's all they care about. Bacon, go ahead.
So I know two casual gamers I work with, one on Xbox, one on PlayStation. Neither of them knew about the ABK deal. So we are reacting based on the Twitter streets.
That's a problem, Bacon.
Streets, but we are 5% of the gaming community who knows about any of this. Do I know any casuals that are going to go, you know what? That Gears remasters going to PlayStation. By golly, I'm out of here. No, it's because we pay attention. We live and breathe video games. That's why we care. That's why Twitter cares. That's why Diego cares. That's why Todd cares. The 90% of the gaming community has no idea. Probably half of them don't even know Gears was ever a game, bro. They play their FIFA, their Madden, their Call of Duty, and that is it. Dan, are you seriously like you sound like crap gamer right now, bro?
I'm Dreamcast guy.
Asking Phil Spencer to resign because of this. And
I don't think Phil should resign. I think he's a financial genius and he's going to make Microsoft a shit ton of money. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. But
they're going to continue to choke out Sony games at every turn while Sony's paying 70% of that to Microsoft, and they're going to continue to paste games around PlayStation releases. I wouldn't be surprised if Sony got angry and stopped accepting Xbox games, bro.
Dude.
Stop. Not if it makes some money.
They're going to choke out Ghost of Yotai, bro. They're going to drop Halo right in front of it. Tell me they're not going to do it.
But wait, let me get back to the chat here. Game Positive, and this is a great point, and I completely agree. Maybe your casual friends would have known about the ABK deal if Xbox put it in their COD commercial, or you see an Xbox logo. When you play Call of Duty on PS5, do you even see the Xbox Game Studios? Probably not. Why is it when we load up Marathon, you're going to see a PlayStation Studios logo, but we're still not seeing Xbox logos when you're starting up Call of Duty or Oblivion?
Good point.
I am starting to sound like Tin Dog. I was reading his Twitter earlier. Based freight conductor as always.
Oh god, that's great. Yeah.
And guess what? I hate Tin Dog. He's not wrong. He's laughing at Bacon right now because everything he said is coming true. Diego, let's close it off with these last comments here.
Well, but hold on, because I think JB,
Eric says there's going to be one more Xbox last night. I agree. It's done after this. It is done. Whatever they're doing, this is it, guys. It's over. They're going to partner with Sony and be like, hey, all of your achievements, you're going to get trophies. And if they don't, actually, they won't do that. Who am I kidding? They never added the Emerald Platinum equivalent. That's how I know they don't. They just don't care anymore. They don't care anymore. And in the last one, Diego, what would they give up not making a console? How many Game Pass subs are on consoles? What do they get from microtransactions? How much do they lose?
Yes.
Those are good questions, Diego. I guarantee they know that. And then that's why you're starting to see all these games come up on PlayStation. They're like, if we can sell these games and start getting a portion because we're the biggest publisher in the world and we're going to make money on all those microtransactions everywhere else, who cares if we don't have consoles anymore? It's over, guys. Go buy your PS5 Pros, especially buy them now before the tariffs hit. Go ahead.
Good question. If putting this 20-year-old IP on PlayStation saves Game Pass,
Dude,
and keeps Game Pass affordable, are you willing to make a trade for a 20-year-old remaster of a remaster?
No,
You're not.
I'm not sold on Game Pass
50
anymore.
for
I'm
Game
not
Pass.
sold on Game Pass anymore. Game Pass to me now, Bacon. Here's the thing with Game Pass. The only reason I've been a subscriber is because I got those insane deals where I stacked 3 years for 1 year.
4 games on Game
Or
Pass.
I paid.
I would have had to.
Let me finish, Bacon. Or I've never paid full price. When it launched in 2017, I was skeptical. I was skeptical, and the only reason I did it was because I was like, okay, if I buy these 3 games on Xbox, it would pay for it. I am not sold on it, and the more I play it, you're right, Bacon. It throws so many games at you. That's the problem. That's another problem. I don't have time to play. I don't have time to play everything on Game Pass.
Everything.
Played Indie, South of Midnight.
I know, but it's getting to the point where I'd rather just buy it on sale and wait. Okay. And you'll save money doing that.
Just lost. You hear that, Phil? We just lost a subscriber.
I'm sorry, Phil.
I'm
sorry, Tin Dog. It's over. We'll see. We'll see.
Here's a perfect example, and it's not like it's one person's opinion. However, every guest we've ever had on this show has been a hardcore gamer. Every one of our fans, hardcore gamer. And right now, JB, if you have, how old's your oldest kid?
She's going to be 9 in August.
Okay, so right around the same as my age, or as my oldest daughter.
Yeah, about your age.
Does she know Game Pass even exists? Is that a thing in her
Does she
world?
know Xbox and PlayStation?
Does she know Xbox?
She only knows PlayStation and put money on it.
She only knows Switch, actually. But I didn't know Game Pass existed until everybody was talking about it on Oblivion and the Claire Obscure game.
Did you hear that, Bacon?
Exactly, Dan.
That's a problem.
No,
That's a
freaking out
problem.
about Xbox going under, and we have a guy here who didn't even know about Game Pass till 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
exactly. Bacon has been around since 2017, and he doesn't know about Game Pass. That's a problem.
Console gamers are going to stay in their lane. Oh my God, Dan! How do you see?
So
you're
then,
freaking out. You're Twitter freaking out right now, Dan. You do sound like Tim Dog, bro.
So JB, you bought Oblivion.
Eric, that is actually insane.
Right?
No, he's saying that's insane that JB doesn't know that Game Pass has existed.
Doesn't know about any of this. They don't know the news, bro. It's not like there's blue.
And that's a problem for Xbox because they want you to be on Game Pass. Right. That's the one thing that differentiates Xbox from anywhere else is Game Pass. And JB just said he didn't know it existed until Oblivion.
And so think about, and that's just.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Bacon.
Listen.
Bacon, I feel like I'm taking.
I don't have that.
How about this one? I have it.
Shut the up, Gary.
Thank you.
So now he does know. He's not going to forget about it, I don't think. I mean, it's not like it's like, oh, hey, what was that really weird, obscure
Passive
thing
games,
that Netflix, right? No.
Bixie
And he's
game.
hearing about it because of how great Claire Obscure is, right? That he is one in a line of then there'll be another and another and another. And I'm sure there was somebody in 2019 that didn't know about it. But what did we get in 2019 from Game Pass? That somebody was like, oh, well, I have to have this now. And then again in 2022. And it's going to keep happening. It's not like it's a bad thing that he didn't know then, but he does know now.
Let me
At the end
follow
of
up
the day,
with JB
he knows
with
now.
this. Let me follow up with this. Let me throw you a curveball, JB. What do you think about this? You've learned about Game Pass a little bit. Are you interested in spending $20 a month to try out games?
400 games.
No, because I don't have the time to finish them.
No,
there
like,
it is!
I don't have Audible either because I don't have time to finish audiobooks.
That's not the point you want to make.
Time is everything.
Dan, you're not wanting to make your point is not landing here at all.
Yes, it is, Bacon.
It's not.
If he's not going to sign up for Game Pass isn't going to grow. If Game Pass doesn't grow,
that's him.
Xbox is
It's
going to
him.
quit on it.
He's
If
not
Xbox
So that's
gives
him.
up on Game
What if-
Pass,
gamer.
it's over.
He's not on the
What
games
if-
at 11 o'clock at night like the rest of us.
Let's just say for
my God.
shits and giggles, your daughter had an Xbox handheld and that wasn't a Switch, right? And she could play all the games. And someone said, okay, there's this thing out there that only costs you $20 a month. And you don't get every game, but you get quite a bit of games, 400 to be almost exact. Would you pay $20 a month for her to have that? And then every time she asks you, hey, daddy, for a new game, you're like, you have 400 sitting there.
Right.
I don't need to
Oh,
buy you
yeah.
a new one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're on it all the time.
See?
Right? He personally doesn't have time, but as the person spending the money in the house, he would.
And we're
What
trying
if
to
what,
prove
we don't even have to make it a hypothetical? What if Xbox Game Pass went to the Nintendo Switch?
As long as there's
Blink of
parental
your-
control, there's probably a lot of violent games on Xbox. They probably shouldn't be on.
So there you go.
Dan,
Yeah,
we're trying to prove 2 points at the same time. I'm trying to prove that the casual has no idea about any of this. They've been Xbox fans their whole lives. They're going to continue to be Xbox. The PlayStation guys are going to continue
Why?
to be PlayStation. And JB,
You're
is the
assuming a
prime
lot, Bacon.
example
You're
of
assuming that people are going to stay with their loyalty to Xbox. I don't believe that at all.
Why
I think
wouldn't
people,
they
you're
if they
going to see
don't
an
know
exodus
any of this
Xbox
news
players.
exists? Why do you really think the casual average gamer cares that a 20-year-old game?
No, stop bringing up Gears of War, dude. Bacon. That's the problem. You're only talking about old games. Gears of War E-Day is going to release day and
don't
date
know
on
that.
PS5.
Doom
what
has
happens
a
if that
history.
happens? What happens
Doom-
if that happens, Bacon?
Doom has a history.
What's your
on
counter
other
argument to
platforms.
that if Gears launches on PS5 day and date?
They won't have time to play all 5 of them prior to this game coming out, bro. Doom is day and date because Doom has a history on PlayStation. Does it not? Starfield still isn't over there because Starfield doesn't have a history.
Starfield's going. Everything's going.
Oh my god!
It's true. I did want to bring up this point. Todd, time is more valuable than money the older you get. Absolutely.
Yep.
Nessa said, I'd rather sub to Game Pass because I can try out games I would never buy. Yes, that is a great thing, Nessa. I'm not discounting
I
that.
would not be playing Claire Obscure if it wasn't for Game Pass.
but that's
It's my
not.
game
But
of the
that's not
generation.
everybody. That's not most gamers.
Right, I know.
That's
That's why I'm not painting everyone with the same brush like you are. Xbox dead, no more consoles, kill it.
Who
Gears
said?
of War's on PlayStation, kill the console. It's overreaction.
Okay, so and Todd nails it. This is the only way Xbox would have seen growth, and I really believe that Xbox would have had a chance at dominating Sony.
It would have
In the console
PC
space?
wouldn't have got in the way.
Nope. The only way the ABK deal, Todd said, would have pushed Xboxes is if those games stayed exclusive. But Xbox knew the dollars weren't there. And that's it. If you could have somehow been like COD is exclusive now, you bet people will be buying Xboxes to play Call of Duty. And all these games that we've seen this year, if they were only coming to Xbox, absolutely that would press
But
that.
would it have been enough to justify keeping it there? I think the answer is no. Yes, you absolutely
We'll
would have had
never
your
know. You will
hardcore,
never know because
diehard-
I don't know.
Let's move on. Next story.
Oh, Bacon wants
of
me to hear
yelling.
that, guys. He concedes.
Sick of yelling at my host because he's making bad points. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Chapeau,
and he's not
this
mad.
is
He's
your
not mad at
timestamp.
you, JB. By the way, he's just always
just
angry.
trying to-
So
We're just trying to prove a point, and we're arguing 2 different points, assuming we both have the point.
Game positive. Closing comments here. I think this is the last year that you will see gaps between Microsoft first-party releases and Xbox and
you're
PS5.
going
2026. He's saying every game that comes out and beyond will be day and date. Or, says Frank Conductors, let's drop bangers galore this year. Where are you tripping? Where you are tripping over them? Guess what? They're all on Game Pass. I agree. Game
Thank
Pass is great right now.
But you're canceling. You already told me that tonight on this
This is
episode,
the
you're
last
canceling.
year you're going to see the banger
last
slangers
year.
of 2025.
So
at
then
this
if,
at this $20 price,
again,
run and tell that.
Again,
$20 price,
right.
it's going up. I'm telling you, it's
I
over.
pay 11, so
I was gonna say, so JB has a PC, obviously. He could pay 11 in November
those
of
games.
next year. Sorry, 12. He could pay $12 in November and either get hooked and be like, wow, I really need to keep doing this. Or pay as he goes. Hey, I have a little bit of time the next few weeks. Let me pay my $12. And then I'm out, and then in March I have more time. I'll pay another $12. Hey, the kids are off for the summer, another $12. That's not nothing. I know it's not the hook that you are wanting, but it's not nothing.
oh, Diego,
Right?
killing me.
Diego, final thoughts. Is Xbox dead or alive?
They die every week, according
Diego,
to
Xbox
PlayStation
isn't
Twitter.
dead. Xbox is stronger than ever. The name, the IP, the publishing. Xbox consoles are dead, Diego. Go get your PS5 Pro now. Get your trade in.
No, stay where
It's
you're at,
over,
Diego.
Diego. It's
Continue
over.
to enjoy
No,
PlayStation.
he'll get his
Game
PlayStation
Pass,
X.
or pay $70 for every one of these releases.
Eric, Game Positive. Game Pass is awesome, but it needs to grow subscribers to sustain itself. Diego, I get Game Pass for free.
He uses rewards, doesn't he?
Nah, Diego says he'll go PC. Next news story number 2. Speaking of this hypothetical Xbox handheld leaks and the new Project Keenan photos from the FCC plus Asus ROG Ally 2 prototype. Guys, I don't want to stay on the Windows Central's website for too long because it's going to crash Chrome on me with all of these pop-ups and ads.
Can't be worse
But
than Bloomberg.
we see the white Xbox basically branded, or is that the ROG Ally? I can't remember.
I think the bottom's the ROG Ally.
Okay, well, similar. They've done some improvements to the ergonomics. I was listening to Defining Duke today, and Cog and Brad Ellis were like trashing the shape and the handles of this thing. It looks like a joke, and I'm like, it doesn't look that bad. I guarantee you when you hold this, it doesn't look the best. I agree. It doesn't look like the stupid DualSense, but I bet it's way more comfortable than the original design.
Absolutely. And it's
so
better
Chance,
feel good than look good.
Yeah, exactly.
Too many sharp edges on the original design.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm bet this is gonna feel way more comfortable to hold than probably any of the handhelds. Honestly, I'm a little concerned about the back button placement. Bacon, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they didn't really change that, but I don't know. I don't have an RGI. Chance, let's go to you here first.
Yeah.
You're a big power user of the RGI. You've been playing
Heck
Assassin's
yeah.
Creed on it. Does this new leaked device interest you? And do you think those guys are being a little too tough on the ergonomics and the cheap looking plastic handles?
They absolutely are. And because yes, it does look funky. I could care less. Why do I care what my handheld looks like? I want the screen that it puts out, the image, the production, the video that it puts out to look good. I think when you turn it around, so if you go down to the bottom, and yeah, you saw that, right? It looks.
I just want to make sure. Sorry,
fine.
does JB have the link to this?
Yeah,
Can we
I
put
gave
it in
him
the
all
chat?
those.
Okay.
It looks great from the back. It doesn't look nearly as weird.
Yeah,
And
you're
as
right.
someone who has put a lot of hours into this thing, and I've bought multiple different grips over the years, that grip is absolutely key to being able to enjoy the experience. So if I have to trade what honestly doesn't look, it's a little weird.
Freight
but
Conductor says it looks like a Game Sir phone controller.
You know what? If they improve the battery life and the
Ergonomics?
functionality of how it feels, the ergonomics of it, hell yeah, I'm in. Absolutely, I'm in. I just could care less about what it doesn't look so bad that I'm like, I can't buy this thing. I can't imagine what that would be.
So here's some of the
What looks
updated-
worse, a Portal or that?
This looks worse. This
It's worse than the Portal?
It does,
I
but
think
I feel
so.
like this is going to be more comfortable, Bacon. So the ROG Ally is going to have a 20 volt, 5 amp, 100 watt. What is that? The battery, Bacon, and then
It's 20.
it is going to be the
Watt hour.
AMD Z2 Ryzen Extreme and 32 gigs of RAM. Is that right? Or is that internal? Or is that GPU?
It's shared memory because it's all on a SoC, so it's shared with the CPU.
So basically, is this gonna be the equivalent to the ROG Ally
X, because all that stuff
Uh,
is the same as out. So it's basically the shell that's being
So Bacon,
redesigned.
what do we think is it's just better ergonomics and an Xbox button to bring on some sort of Xbox software, Xbox PC app, a
Awesome.
UI?
Yeah, that's my best guess because some of us don't like dealing with Armory Crate, and I don't particularly enjoy Armory Crate either. I don't even have it on my PC for my keyboard because Armory Crate's a resource hog. So you also notice that the PC app for your handheld changed today on an update for the insiders that they now
Ooh, I
have a battery
didn't
life
know that.
percentage up top, and another one I was on Windows Central also. So they're making changes to the small screen version of the PC app, which is totally where they need to go. I would love to just not have Armory Crate at all ever. And as someone who has played on hundreds of hours on my Ally, the sharp corners at the bottom of where my palms sit.
Yep.
After 30 minutes, you're like,
I had to sell my Legion Go.
right? I'm
Couldn't do
like,
it anymore.
I had to set it down and readjust my hands. So these handles, these controller grips,
I
whatever
bet
we're
it's
going
gonna
to
be
call
very
these little,
comfortable.
it looks way more rounded and it's going to fit the hand substantially better. And I never had a problem with the back button. So it's just going to come down to price this thing. Is Xbox
I think
gonna
it-
subsidize this
Okay,
with games?
that's what I wanted to ask you guys before I throw it over to JB because he again more casual gamer, handheld gamer. Bacon, is this going to be $800 or
Oh, yeah.
more or less?
Because the ROG Ally X is 800, right? It's $799, right?
No, I thought it was
No, it's
7.
800. So
Yeah, our
JB,
launch- yeah.
with that in mind, an $800 portable PC.
Depends
Does
on how
this
well
have
Dungeon
any
Lord
interest
sells.
to you and your lifestyle or your kids? What are we thinking about this Xbox ROG
How do the
Ally?
games work on it? Can you
Awesome.
play?
It's basically think of a laptop,
It's-
and that's what it is. It can run
Does it-
anything and everything.
Does it sync though? Like, can I pick up my
Yes.
Xbox and play?
Yep,
Okay.
Yes.
absolutely. Or
Okay,
you
Syncs
that
to your
anywhere.
Xbox, play anywhere. If as long as you wait and make sure you update the saves, you can play on your console and your laptop or your desktop or this ROG Ally. It
Yeah.
all syncs
Okay.
together.
Yeah,
And
that
same
would
with
be
Steam.
required. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it plays Steam.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Oh,
Steam, Epic,
Everything.
EA,
Portable
Ubisoft,
PC.
Xbox, all native games.
yeah. I think it would be good.
Yeah.
$800.
But also, JB,
I stayed away from the Steam Deck because that
Okay.
was
JB,
that was
also
pretty
you
pricey,
can you can dock it in a docking station and run it straight to your big screen and play it like a console.
yeah, that's what the Switch does, and I was pretty
Right, exactly.
impressed with that
Same thing.
functionality.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
Yeah,
with a
but the
handheld,
Switch is a lot
on
easier,
PC.
Bacon.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean,
Why is it easy? Oh, because I don't have to go and launch a game. I just
the
Hey,
controllers.
I'm a Switch 2 owner here in about 25 days, sir.
Heyo.
Don't lecture me about Switch.
JB, did you pre-order the Switch too?
No, we just got the other one for Christmas, so we're gonna sit on it for probably
Yeah.
8 years, like we did
You've
this
got,
one.
you've got so many. Yeah, you've got so many games. You're good.
Yeah, and you're
Um,
I can't imagine your kids are like busting down the door like we
Gotta
have
have
to
Switch 2,
have
Dad.
the right. Yeah.
Give me a Switch 2, Dad.
I'm not gonna tell them about it either. Their oldest is
Ignorance.
9; they don't get on the
Yeah.
internet that much.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Freight Conductor says it's supposed to be the UI, I believe. Think Logitech G Cloud, but with an actual local capabilities. Okay, I had a G Cloud for a little bit, and I liked that UI.
Will I trade in my ROG Ally for this if I get a
Both
decent,
of you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Chance.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Yeah, if I could
Really?
get it to around
How much are you willing to spend? Difference.
500.
All right.
It depends.
Yeah, probably.
Also depends what Ashley lets me do.
'Cause I have a first gen Ally, so it's probably only worth $200. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if they can do some because of the handhelds, if they can do more with the triggers back there too,
Yeah. I don't like
than
the
what
triggers.
the Ally currently has.
It looks the same,
and-
Chance.
Does it?
Yeah.
Am I looking at it? Am
Are
I
you
just
look at the
seeing
white
that
one? Did you
weird-
see the
yeah.
bottom of the white one? It looks like it's the
Yeah.
exact same trigger
Dang
placement.
it. Okay. And then the back paddles look almost identical. They look a little bit smaller.
yeah.
They're as poor of back paddles as I've ever experienced. However, they're better than no back paddles.
True.
So
At
I'm
least you
not
have
gonna
something.
complain about them being in there when they didn't have to put them there.
Okay. I'm going
So-
to skip the 20-year Forza Motorsport anniversary. Great. Nobody's playing that. We can talk about
PlayStation
that.
is 2 million copies sold.
That's Forza Horizon. This is Forza Motorsport.
That's right. Damn it.
Before we get into
Still
the
an Xbox
next
exclusive though.
next story, Chance, how do you want to do? We're about almost the 1 hour mark here. I was thinking maybe we should do the giveaway for some of these Audible copies. Let's take it away.
I don't have a great idea though. I don't know if I loved what Jose did last week.
I was going to say, should we do another
Shall
short?
we ask our fans?
I think so.
Or how many do we have? Yeah, we should give it to our super fans who are here.
Right.
If
Anybody
anyone's
interested in the code, say yes.
Yeah.
So the first person to write in and say, "I want a free,"
Let's just give it to
Nissa.
them. We should give it to our
I bet
number.
it's
How many
Nissa.
codes do we have? How many codes do we have?
I can do 3.
I bet it's
Okay.
Nissa.
Okay, we got to get.
Nissa.
Nissa loves to read. Let's get one to Nissa.
Nissa's
It's
a
an
big-
Audible version. Because, and I have to say too, I had mentioned how Jose's gonna have the
Let's give it
book.
back to Freight Conductor.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We could
I
definitely
would like
make sense.
maybe
to
we
give
should
one
just
Freight
hold on to
Conductor.
those. I'd like to give it to some of our top fans.
But here's what I was going to say. So Nerd Chat won. I entered us into the contest, and we won a free signed collector's edition copy that Jose's going to get. And not only
Oh, Jose actually reads you guys. That's good.
not only that, it was copy 100 out of 100, right?
Nice.
I had, which is I think is really cool.
That is really cool.
That we got because my other copy was I think it was 13 out of 100. So
Hardback.
Ooh, look at that hard. Oh my god.
Yep.
Nice.
That's
Yep,
very
yep,
nice.
yep.
Yeah, Jose should definitely have. He should.
So he is. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet.
Does he know
he'll be
this?
Getting it, but I don't think he knows that it's the signed collector's edition.
See,
Nissa
Nissa is a
definitely wants
bookaholic.
it.
She's our number one fan. She's here.
Sorry,
every
Nissa,
week
you're gonna have to
early.
take the Audible version. I'm sorry. She probably doesn't want it because she wants to read. I'm sorry, Nissa. Never mind. We'll get you a copy. We'll buy one and get it to you, Nissa. We'll do that. I'll
Actually,
do that.
that's
I'll
not
do
a
that.
bad idea either.
We'll take care of the codes. Maybe we should do a short.
I think
And
so.
Let's get Nissa. I want to get Nissa a real book. I'll buy one from JB, and we'll get it to Nissa.
Well, and
Nissa,
it's
send me a code with your address.
it's Amazon and all that and stuff. So
Nissa, DM me on Discord, and I'll get you one. And don't tell my wife I'm DMing you because she'll freak out.
Oh, she does do Audible.
girl.
There you go.
Oh, she has Audible.
Well, she says she loves books. I'm a bookaholic.
Audible is a book.
I'll
It's
get her
read by
one.
someone else.
Guys,
Whereas
breaking
layman's-
news. I was just charged $32.38 for Disney Plus.
What?
Do you have the
You're telling me you wanna pay
ESPN
$20 for Game
upgrade,
Pass?
or-
It's actually like the all-in-one with Max and like every other stuff, so it's actually totally worth it. But there's
No, so I figure what we because I full disclosure, JB, we had done a giveaway 2 weeks ago. Was that what it was for the Oblivion remaster? And with completely shameless plug, we got quite a bit of traction from it, from doing a little short. And including the thing like I had texted you about that we do the best food of the week. I think we could do another one of those with a little blurb if you want to do another one at the end about like, hey, here's my book, here's why you should read it.
maybe we'll do that.
Something like that at the end, I think would be
Yeah, let's
cool.
do
And then
that.
obviously Nissa's our number one mod. She does all our moderating work that doesn't exist, but we try to pretend it does. So that would be my guess or best guess. So Dan Disney drama. Yeah. Why are you paying that
for
much?
Disney Plus? Just so you know.
So it's Dungeon Lords: The Lost Disciple.
Yeah. Have you said how many? Book one of three?
Aiming for 6.
Oh, snap. Okay.
We'll have the end when Game of Thrones didn't have a book to finish the last season. When this gets
The
adapted.
cover is cool. I'm not gonna lie; it looks just like a good Khajiit. So that's
Oh,
gonna
I'm
get some
telling
traction
you,
right
yeah.
there.
It
fans
would
are
make
speaking
such a
right
good
now, man. The
video game.
fans are
Who
saying-
did the art on that actually, JB?
It was get covers, so they're pretty cheap, but I had to pay for a custom character, so I had to pay for like the initial design, which was not great because it looked like this muscular Greek god lion in space, and I was like, no. So I had to pay an extra $200 to get my actual custom character, but it was only like a $300 cover, which is pretty good for
So-
as far as covers go.
Can you like break down a little bit of the cost to like get your book published? What was the rest of the like expenses? I'm curious about that actually.
I bought a program to get the formatting on the inside to actually look like a book instead of just like a word processor formatting. So that was another $150. You publish for free on Amazon KDP.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, you can
Wow.
like write anything and publish.
You could
Whatever.
be a published author, Bubble Boy.
You know what? The Chipotle Bandit was all over Gateway yesterday. That people found out about it, and they're like, "Chance, this is really, really good stuff." I was like, "Yeah, no." We might have to publish a book of the Chipotle Bandit.
He already like Freight Conductor.
Bacon, yeah, bring up Freight. Shout out to Freight Conductor. I would have loved the Audible code, but I actually just bought the book on Kindle when JB was going through the spiel.
Hey,
Shout out Freight Conductor.
Oops, that's the
Base
wrong
Freight
one.
Conductor, as always, coming through with the
that
cloud.
guy's.
Gosh, that guy's.
Oh, that was the wrong comment. Here it is.
Oh no.
There it
And
is.
Todd Oxer said the Timberwolves are up by 20. Who cares, Todd? God.
Timberwolves are down 0-2, son.
If they don't win every game, if they don't win this championship this year, they suck, Todd. Guys, let's move on to. I want to do one more news story. Oh,
the big one.
Yeah.
Like the biggest.
I almost forgot about it, Bacon. Speaking of big one,
LG Smart TVs, that one? Is that the one you're talking about?
Chance didn't know that this was a real story. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed and it was now come out on May 26th, 2026. So exactly
Year plus.
over a year from now. Hopefully,
Is that a delay or is
Bacon? Hopefully they delay it another 6 months and just put it on PC day and day 2, because that would be great. That's what I'm hoping for.
Right.
Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed. Did you guys get a chance to see the new trailer?
Goodness, yes.
looks
Okay.
incredible.
Even JB has seen it. See the power of Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah,
Casual
back in the
gamers.
day for sure.
Exactly. So JB, I'll throw it to you. What did you think of the trailer as somebody who's not as big into gaming these days?
I thought it looked awesome. It was kind of exciting that they're going back to Vice City.
Yeah. Very nice.
I don't even know how many years since I've played that, but yeah.
Yeah,
I probably won't be able to play it though because I play games on a laptop. So
What's your laptop?
We're still waiting to find out. Yeah.
What's
I
your
don't-
GPU in your laptop?
I'm not sure. It's a HP ZBook.
Oh no.
But when I fire up Oblivion, it warns me that it's probably not going to go well.
Oh,
But I
how
haven't
is
had
that running it? I'm shocked because mine's been crashing all the time on my laptop.
It must dumb down my settings or something. Like I'm not trying to make it like perfect with the settings. So the only
Gotcha.
thing was like the intro was a little jerky with that very first like
Yeah.
cutscene, but it plays
I'm
okay.
impressed.
So
B says, as I've said in the past, Wally will get his NBA points before we see the release of GTA 6. I mean,
I'm not wrong.
guys, back
But
to
hold
the
on,
trailer.
time out. Because I want to ask. So you're
Go ahead.
gaming on that laptop. Is that the same laptop that you do your writing on?
usually I did a lot of the first book on like a portable keyboard in my phone because I get way too damn distracted
Really?
on like Facebook and stuff.
Dang.
So I just kind of take it away from the distraction so I can
Dang,
actually get
you
something
wrote
done.
that entire dang. Okay.
A
Because I was
lot
gonna
of
be
it on
like,
a phone.
what an incredible world that you can be like, I am writing an entire novel over here, and I'd actually just rather switch to playing Oblivion for a second. And then, oh, I need to go back and there was Sean Bean. That he reminded me I wanted to do this. I don't know.
That's
but
crazy.
on your phone, holy hell. All right.
Wow. Freight Conductor said, wait, what if Xbox spent all of their marketing money putting Game Pass ads in the billboards? Still wouldn't help.
Be brilliant.
Freight Conductor. Back to this trailer. I think it looked beautiful. But to me, Bacon, all I was thinking is, man, there's no way this game is running higher than 30 FPS. You could see it in it that it
No
was running
chance.
at 30. And I'm like, as beautiful as it looks, to me, this almost feels like exactly how GTA 5 launched. It was on 360. It could barely run, but it ran, and you were like impressed by it. But this already seems to be, it needs to be a next gen title. Bacon, what was your reaction to the delay and the trailer?
Oh, I have a different relationship because I hate that they do this launching PC later. Oh crap! They need to realize that there's more PC players than there's Xbox players. So why are they releasing on
They're
Xbox?
throwing money away.
Right. They believe we're going to double dip. We're not going to double dip.
I'm double dipping.
I'm not going to go buy a console to play this game. I'm going to play any of the 86 games in my backlog waiting for this game. The trailer looked fantastic. Rockstar does know how to do it. It looks like it's going to be grotesque and shocking and just everything you think of in a Grand Theft Auto game. So I was 98% sure this game was going to be delayed because there has been so little about it. And this isn't just a delay. This is almost a calendar year. I mean, I don't know what they planned their release date. To be fair,
they never did give us.
Right.
This is the first release date.
So at least now they can't hold the industry hostage. If we have a date, everyone can plan their releases around this month-long, shit-a-palooza that's going to happen when this game comes out and it doesn't run well and it crashes and stuff like that. So my hope is with you, Dan, that I don't think PC can be ignored at this point, and they are stupid if they do not. We're not going to double dip. It's just not going to happen. 90% of PC players, you're not going to double dip.
Why?
Because he's
Chance.
Dan.
Let's go to Chance. Chance, you're telling me with your Series X at home collecting dust, you're not keeping it.
You'd
just
rather
to play
this
game.
at 30 frames?
I will hopefully have my Series X sold before this comes out.
Thank you.
We lost another one, guys.
He's my true PC brother.
I meant to ask the chat, is anyone interested in a extremely
don't buy it, but go buy a PS5 Pro.
Significantly used but extremely well taken care of Xbox Series X.
I like it.
Like what?
I just like
sorry, you like what I'm saying.
You took care of it and that you're getting rid of it because it serves no purpose for you.
No, it just doesn't. And I am probably a pessimist, but I have to believe if this is only coming out the way it is without any PC that they've talked about yet, right? Am I wrong? They haven't said any sort of PC release yet.
No.
The reason for that can't be because they don't like money, has to be because it is not functioning right.
So Todd Oxtra, speaking of Chance, says, I'm betting they want to develop for PS5 and Xbox first since they can code to those specs first. Then deal with the PC crazy range of specs. Good PC versions just take more time. I think that's BS, Todd.
It is.
And Chance.
You just turned down the settings. You had sliders.
Yep.
But the games are built. The games are built on a PC.
They're built for
they're
PC,
running on a PC as they're building them for.
Hence, and maybe I'm saying this wrong.
Todd also thinks it's a delay for GTA Online.
Probably.
And it could be. Here's what my hope is, that they're delaying it so that they can be like, hey, guess what? Yes, awesome, it is PC. Otherwise, why are they? Bacon's right. They're throwing away all this money.
No, they're not, because Frank Conductor's base has always thought of that. But then they did bring in a whole second wave of people who came back to play it on PC on that PC release. How do you know they're not making more money with people who are going to double dip, you guys? People are PC players. You're telling me Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, Tim the Tapman, all the big streamers aren't going to go and buy a PS5 Pro if they don't have a console ready to stream that and then do it again on console? Exactly. And they will. And other people who aren't as big as streamers as them, who are only on PC right now, will buy a PS5 Pro to stream this game. PlayStation is going to make a bunch of money off this. We already know that PlayStation has to have the marketing deal for this because it showed captured on a PlayStation 5 on the trailer at 30 FPS. God, it did not look like it was running very well. So I'm telling you guys, go buy your PS5 Pros now if you want to play Grand Theft Auto. I'm being based right now. Okay?
Essentially, though, then I am paying $400 to play this game.
Yes.
So no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Speaking of,
we're like best friends today.
Let's speaking of prediction, base cost for Grand Theft Auto 6. Bacon.
Hunter.
Chance.
I'm going to say 120 because it's also going to include
a base
online.
Cost?
Listen, it's going to include online and like a Mega Shark card or something with it, like the
Shark. JB, would you pay $100 to play Grand Theft Auto?
Probably not.
Yeah.
80 is kind of hard for me, and it seems like everything's going to 80.
Yep. And, it will definitely be 80. It's going to be 80 minimum. So we will see. Todd Oxtra, PS5 Pro will be the best console version. Then you can get a better version 2 years later on PS6 and Xbox, whatever. Yeah, Triple X. Yeah,
and
Xbox.
I don't know enough about the development side of things to understand why they can't just say.
It's weird.
Listen,
it's Rockstar.
Everybody else can.
Everybody else does it. And Todd had said earlier, man, there's always these rocky launches when it does that. I get that. I understand that, and I will work my way through it. I also happen to be the proud owner of a rig over here that will run most everything at max settings, just like when Cyberpunk came out. I didn't have a problem with Cyberpunk on my Series X.
Game Positive asked, Dan, when's your PS5 Pro? I'm getting it from a guy on, he stole it on Facebook Marketplace, so I got to go meet
He
up
stole
with him.
it. Yeah.
B
I don't
says $80 base price and 100 DLC. I think it'll be $80 or 100
Games
early
can be
access, and then $120 early access with a sharp extra. No, 120 extra early access.
Oh, extra early.
So
Extra early.
tiers 80 and above, guaranteed. Guys, let's jump into what have we been playing and or watching. I'll throw it
Or
over to-
reading.
or reading. I'll throw it over to JB. JB, is there anything you've been watching, playing, or reading that you want to talk about? Share a little bit about.
I tried to get into Andor season
it.
2. It's a little
Love
bit
it.
of a,
Is it as good as everyone says?
It's slower.
I only got 2 episodes in. Just trying to work on my book launch and everything, but yeah.
Okay.
Dang it,
So
that's
not
it.
not much. Not much going on with Andor. Okay.
That's okay.
Bubble Boy, what about you? Update us. I wanted to talk about this. We'll save it for next week. Update us.
Yeah, I'm still
on-
going strong, so it won't be not important next week. Update you on my Assassin's Creed rubric. I
Yes.
am smitten, I think is the best word, with Assassin's Creed Unity, which if you had asked me
Whoa.
2 years ago, I'd have been like, that's the worst one. I can't remember.
Is it
anything
because
about
you're
it.
playing Expedition 33 as well, getting that full French influence on you?
Probably, yeah, probably a little bit, and that's okay. I am trying to be as absolutely subjective, as possible with this rubric, and not trying to just put the member berry goggles on, or the graphics are so good, so it's got to be great. It's so good. The addition of the free run down is a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. I am not
The last true parkour.
jumping
munchies.
off random bullshit and killing myself every 3 minutes because I meant to just hop down one railing. It seems like such a tiny thing, but it is such a big quality of life. I can't even call it quality of life. It's like I used to only be able to have like one leg, and now I have 2 legs all of a sudden. Like I can't even imagine. I don't know. So I'm loving it. Not trying to predetermine, but of the things that I feel confident in rating already, it's going to be up there for sure. And I'm just enjoying the heck out of it too. I forgot all about the story. The story's decent.
Have fun, Eric.
So what's Eric saying?
He's gonna go play.
Oh,
Doom
he's
of
just
Dark
saying
Ages.
good night. Good night, buddy. And then obviously reading Dungeon Lords, The Lost Disciple, book 1 of 6, apparently. I was thinking like 3 or 4,
Whoa.
but yeah. And it's great. I recommend it to everybody. You guys should get out there and check it out. I'm really liking it. Like I said, the character, and I wanted to tell you this too, JB. I love when I can like feel all the times that Pharaoh like has his roar and he growls. I can like almost feel that in my chest, which is really, really cool. Like what's the word? Like not synesthesia, but it does such a good job of evoking those emotions in me. And again, I think that would make a really, really cool video game character. Kind of like on God of War when you like caught his axe for the first time in 2018 and you were just like, oh my God, that felt awesome. Like I think a good lion's roar could be a really cool game mechanic. So that, yeah. And then watching, just finished season 1, Daniel. Finally, I know I was slow on you, of The Last of Us.
What'd you think?
Is Bubble Boy talking about his neighbor again? Stop it, Tony. Oh God,
They had
I
to
liked
make it for
it.
TV.
Yeah, I
Just keep that
liked
in mind.
it.
Bill and
I
Frank,
liked
best
it.
part of it. That's about
I
it.
liked it.
I agree.
Well, apparently they got a lot of crap about that. They're like, "Oh, it's just filler episode." And Neil Druckmann was like, "That was the most important episode."
Right.
Yeah, I
If you
loved that.
followed
Big part
along
of the
with
game,
any of it,
personally.
that was hugely important. And I just like it so much more after I listen to the podcast every
The
time.
game,
and I
right?
don't know if and the show. Like I had a reaction to the end in such a different way, and I'm looking back and I'm like, man, what was different? Well, duh, I'm a father now. I wasn't a father when I played the game.
Allie
the
and I
first
were
time.
so based.
I know, and that I'm not.
She was more sad about what happened in season 2, Chance, which actually surprised
What
me.
happens in season 2?
Fixed it. Fix the screen. Fix the screen on one key.
All right, thanks, Bacon. That's all right.
But so I'll be ready. All that to say, Daniel, I should soon be ready to talk about that part. But
very
I
nice.
do, from a TV show standpoint, they did a fantastic job of sticking with.
Wait till you get to
source
season
material,
2.
but also
It's
not.
fine.
You know what I love?
Hey, Tony, don't do it. Haven't seen season 2, Tony? Go
You
play the
can't say
game.
anything.
Tony, just go play the game. You'll enjoy it way
good.
more. Do not watch the show. That's all I'm gonna say.
I thought it was
Go
so
buy a PS5
cool
Pro.
how Ellie's mom Emma is played by
Rock solid, Todd.
is played by Ashley Johnson, who played
Yeah, that was a great episode too.
Ellie
with Ashley as being the mom.
in
Yeah,
the video games. Yes,
yeah,
it
that was
so
she killed
good.
it. She killed it.
Because for a hot second, when you first see her, I was like, "Oh my god, how did they get someone that looks so?" Oh my god, that's why. This was just perfect. Like, it was so good. And then I didn't know this. Apparently, it was a big deal that everybody was talking about. But
And Troy Baker was in it too.
yeah, the character who plays Abby in the game was one
she
of
was
the
a nurse.
nurses at that, which is inconsequential, but still kind of cool. So that's it.
Todd, no, I'm not. I'm upset because the game does it way better, and they're changing things in season 2 and making it worse, not better. So sorry,
No.
Todd.
Spoiler
season
game.
2
Spoiler.
sucks.
No.
Season 2 sucks.
It's made for a TV audience.
I'll go next. Yeah, I've watched all of the season 2. It sucks. It's not the same. All the changes they've made have made it worse. Even based Eric, who's a big fan, thinks it sucks. Ains thinks it's terrible. Ains already thought the game was terrible. So there you go. They're not making anything better. The game, the original IP, and the original way they did the game, the
Halo
story
better?
was way better. No, Halo was much worse.
You love Halo. It's made for a TV audience. It's not made for a video game audience.
Okay, to answer Tony's quick question real quick, is it just a spinoff of the first season of the show? No, Tony. So the first, if you hadn't played the games, Tony, and you watched season 1, you played the game. It was almost identical, minus the Bill and Frank episode that wasn't in the game at all. You met Frank or Bill. I can't remember in the game.
Frank.
And you meet him. You have a part with him, but you read about kind of his romance with his husband. And then in the only other episode in season 1 that was different too was the what Chance was talking about with Allie's mom. They didn't show any of that. That was new, which I think, again, those 2 parts of the episodes added to the original game and made it better.
Big time.
Season
Big time.
2, Tony, they're making
Stop,
many drastic changes. It's making it worse.
If you're saying all these changes, then
You're gonna see.
Okay, well, there's only one thing they could change that's drastic, and I don't want to.
Oh God, no, you're wrong. That's nope.
I have no problem with a chance.
Okay.
You also, Bacon, you haven't played the game. You have not
played
beaten
up to
2.
exactly where she is right now in the show.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't
Yeah.
because I'm not going to.
I got to Seattle.
I don't want to
She's
spoil
in
anything.
Seattle.
I'm not going to spoil anything. What have I been playing or watching? I've been playing Oblivion, still loving it on my Beast PC, on my laptop, crash. On my Beast PC, crash. Something is very wrong with this game on the Xbox PC app.
UE5.
I'm getting crashes, fatal errors whenever I'm closing the door and loading in a new area. I've been reading, some people think it's the VRAM. I think it's related to the VRAM and the DLSS or FSR. When I turn those off and I'm running it on 1440 high on my computer, I'm not having any issues. When I turn DLSS on and trying to increase my graphics, crash. I was telling you guys last week, taking me away from the game, pissing me off. I almost had to completely quit at one point and reload. That's why I'm so shocked that JB was saying it was running well on his laptop.
It's not crashing on yours, JB.
I got it through Steam, and it's
Exactly.
fine.
Exactly. And I'm hearing the Steam version isn't having these same issues. It's the Xbox PC app. It sucks. And I'm pissed off, but I'm getting through it because I love the game. Because when it runs, it's incredible. It's beautiful. Old. It plays old, but I'm enjoying the nostalgia of being transported back to 2007. So that's the only thing I've been really playing. Still haven't gotten back to Final Fantasy 16 because I can't beat that game for some reason. And Bacon, I'm going to throw it over you. Bacon's going to talk about Expedition 33 and how him and Deja Vu are just obsessed with it. Apparently, Bacon says it's better than Elden Ring, you guys. So
I
take it,
said
no
it is
spoilers.
close,
He said it's a game of a generation, the game of
It
the
is.
generation over Elden Ring.
It is.
I'm just going to. Okay, take it away, Bacon.
The game is absolutely fantastic. I'm now into Act 3. I could have gone and beaten the game already, but I wanted to try to get the 1,000, and I don't try to get the 1,000 on Xbox games.
Do you think it's like doable, Bacon,
I don't know.
compared to
I
Elden
got to
Ring?
find a bunch of things that are probably hard hidden. I'm sure there's guides for them. It is. I can't even tell you the combat is up there with freaking Elden Ring, dude. I'm not saying it's a Souls game, Dan. I'm not saying it's a Souls game. I am saying the combat is as addictive as it is in Elden Ring. It is
When
so
you're right, when
good.
you're jumping,
Yep.
and then what's
These
the
guys
countering
these guys
and-
one hit shot you. If you do not get that parry correct, you are starting over,
I'll
bro.
just dodge.
You get hit in a
Same
dodge
thing.
too, and you're over
Same
too,
thing.
Dan. I'm
and
telling
the
you, this
dodge you don't
combat.
get to counter with. Like there's so much more depth than you could ever imagine.
I believe you. I can
writing-
imagine. I saw the trailers. I've
writing
seen
is
some gameplay.
incredible.
I get.
The
I'm not saying
trailers
it's going to
can't
be
do it
bad.
justice, though.
Nope.
Just watching it, just like Elden Ring. Like if you watch someone play Elden Ring and you didn't know what you were watching, you're like, oh, so you're just jumping around and you're
Yeah,
like,
just
oh, I'm
rolling
trying to
a
get
lot.
that timing
Oh,
down.
hitting your potion.
I
Dude.
feel like that spin, the iframes is different. It's a third-person action adventure game. That's different. And I hear
Dude,
the
I'm not
platforming
saying
sucks
that-
in
I'm
Expedition.
saying it is. Dan, it's right. It is definitely my top 5. I did not expect this, but the writing is good. The feels, the emotions you get when stuff happens. There's stuff. It is expertly done. The music hits hard every single turn. Like I said, Deja Vu was like, "What should I play?" And I was like, "Well, be careful. If you start Expedition 33, it will take over your life." He's like blowing me off, and he just texted me earlier today. He's like, "I'm in Act 2."
Oh
That
my God.
transition
Freight
act is
Conductor.
incredible.
Wait a second, guys. Freight
yeah,
Conductor
Deja.
Sobe said, I second the notion that it's the game of a generation. The last time something like this stuck with me was the Mass Effect trilogy. Todd,
Thank you.
I dig it, but early on, not sure about the turn-based combat. That's my concern too.
Dude, it gets
Elden
hard,
Ring is
Todd.
still more difficult.
Oh.
Deja Vu said, when you're strong. Expedition 33, you can be over strong and just one-shot people. Freight
Todd.
Conductor, the mini game that's in each combat encounter is unique and adds to each character. Your party is amazing, but Game Positive says, I'm back because I need drivers, and I came to say The Last of Us Season 2 is garbage. Thank you, Eric.
So,
Todd, how dare you? It's not Robert Pattinson. It's Charlie Cox, the Daredevil.
Yes.
That's who the actor is. Come on, man.
Oh, is that Charlie Cox? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You can, and once
And
I
he's-
someone told
To be
me,
fair,
I heard it right away.
nobody knows anything about him except for Daredevil, so...
So
So
but anyways, it is absolutely 1,000,000% worth your time. It is the best.
I'm
best
going to get
spin
to a
on
Bacon, but
turn-based-
I'm not getting to it right
is
away.
the best spin on turn-based combat I've ever played.
Better than Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I hate Final Fantasy, so yes.
I liked Final Fantasy VII Remake's combat, so...
What I've been watching, I'm caught up on Andor, and I watch Andor because it's a spin-off of the best Star Wars movie.
ever.
Yep.
Yep, I'm not wrong. That is
JB,
the best.
what's the best
Rogue
Star Wars
One
movie?
is the
Yeah,
best. Star
JB,
Wars.
what's your favorite Star Wars?
I don't know. I grew up with the prequels.
Thank.
I like.
Oh no.
He's a zoomer. He's a zoomer. No.
I'm a millennial, but
Oh boy.
None of us grew up with the originals.
You didn't answer it, JB. What is your favorite
Sorry.
Star
Hey.
Wars?
I like Revenge of the Sith. But
I mean,
Pod
It's
racing.
okay. It's his opinion.
Jar Jar
that's
Binks.
the best of the prequels. but
Jar Jar
that's not
Binks is
saying
barely in
much.
Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, that's right.
True,
Yep.
but he is there. He doesn't
Sorry,
speak
Ben.
though, does he?
Princess
I
Amidala
don't think
was
he
a smoke
speaks.
show, so
Oh,
Mhm.
speaking
Natalie
of,
Portman.
just watch Thor: The Dark Ages. Give me some more of that.
yes.
Respectfully. Anything else, Bacon?
No, I've literally been playing nothing. Every waking extra second of my life.
He's on Expedition, you guys. He literally is.
I'm 49 hours into that game already,
Yeah.
Incredible.
and I got 2 more hours chalked up for tonight. I don't care. Nothing else exists. COD Battle Pass doesn't exist right now because Expedition is that good.
Yeah. Well.
I'm saying.
Anyway, guys, let's close the show like we always do with the best food we had this week. JB, we like to end the
It's already
show.
in my mouth, and everyone's invited.
talking about the thing we had this week that really stood out to us. Some of our favorite food or snacks or something that we had this week. So, Bacon, I'll start with you, and then we'll end with JB. Go ahead. What was the best food you had this week?
Sunday, I leveled up. I thought I was leveling up to level 48. Turns out I'm 47.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to everybody. We forgot Bacon had his birthday. He turned 51,
Bacon.
just like
literally-
Ty.
Bacon forgot his birthday.
My
so-
wife, the funny thing, my wife is getting ready to go golfing, and she said something about being 46. I'm like, if I'm 48, there's no way you're 46. And she literally said, "You're 47, idiot." So what did I do? I asked Siri how old I am, and they're like, she's like, "Yeah, you just turned 47." Anyways, so for my lunch, I went to GB Fish and Chips.
Mm-hmm.
Best
He loves
fish
his
and
fish
chips
and chips. He loves it, you
in the
guys.
Denver area. This should be a nationwide chain. Everybody should enjoy GB. No one comes close. And for my birthday cake, actually, she got me a birthday pie from a place called Granny Scott's. Any of y'all, it's over by your neck of the woods, Dan. It's over by the high school.
By Green Mountain?
Anyways, I had she got a banana cream pie there that is just to die for. Is absolutely fantastic. Now I'd like to add another pizza to the count, but it's a good pizza, so I know good pizzas don't count, so I can't add that to the count. So
What is it?
I'm gonna stick with the crap
What is the pizza that you had?
Atomic Cowboy, bro.
No, not carry out or not delivery. Cheap
I actually
fast
picked
food
it up
pizza.
and
You're
carried it out of the store.
right.
and ate it
Sorry,
at home.
not cheap fast food pizza. You're right. You cannot count that.
Right. So we only count crap.
Can
pizza here
you
on
can
the
you bring
Nerd
up the
Chat.
ticker, by the way? Bacon?
Sure can,
Show
bro.
JB what we were looking at.
There we go.
JB, we've got 413 subscribers. We've eaten 126 Popeyes spicy regular chicken sandwiches. We've eaten 111 breakfast burritos, 45 Chipotle burritos, 76 fast food burgers that used to be
That can't be right.
Big Macs QPCs. We've just put it all together, and 133 pizzas eaten.
Also,
Guys,
breakfast burritos at Dog House must have.
Oh yeah, you got to add that one too.
Yes, Dog House.
dog.
House.
What is
Dog
that?
House.
Is that a white? Is that a
HAUS.
Yeah, house.
Oh.
Diego?
How
What do
you
you think?
pronounce in a house?
Is this like an authentic Mexican place, or is it a white person
No,
place? Bacon?
dude, they put mayo in their breakfast burrito. It is freaking ridiculous how good that breakfast.
Diego, I'm going to leave it up to Diego if he's still here. Diego, I need a ruling on if this counts as a Mexican fast food breakfast
Definitely
burrito.
not. I mean,
Tony says it's German. Yeah, get the F out. Sorry,
dude, no, Dan,
disqualified.
try the burrito.
Base Tony saving
the
me.
burrito.
House.
I need.
Is
to
this like
edit.
Haagen-Dazs or something? Yeah, get
No,
it out of
I'm
here.
telling you, it is absurdly good.
Diego said that Domino's stuffed crust was money, especially with pineapple and pepperoni. Deja.
Hey, don't yuck his yum.
I added
He's
my
eating-
breakfast burrito to the ticker.
God, that's disgusting. The best food I had this week. I got to think about it. Bacon. But boy, go ahead.
Yeah. So me and Tony, I'm going to answer for him because he hasn't yet. We had the pleasure of going to our neighbor Ruby and Saul's baby shower. It's the first baby shower I've ever been to. Probably the last baby shower I ever go to, and it was the greatest baby shower I will ever be at in the history of the world. Ruby and so Saul and Jose are fraternity brothers from way back in the Harvard of the West, and they made everything from scratch for over 300 people. And Ruby, I'm sure I've talked about it before, makes the best chile Colorado that I have ever had in my entire life. And it's absolutely to die for. It's incredible. And then she made like a billion other things. There was all kinds of, her red hot salsa was incredible. I can't even remember it all. My brain's just like jumbling up here and I'm stumbling through all this, but it was fantastic. It was delicious. They had tres leches at the end. So it was absolutely incredible. Huge shout out to Ruby and congratulations to them because baby's on the way and they've been trying for entirely too long.
Congrats.
So yeah. And not the best food, but I do have to point out, I finally did get that Little C's pretzel crust pizza. It's obviously phenomenal. It was incredible.
About it.
Yeah, it was great. Loved it and paired it with some Crazy Puffs. The Crazy Puffs are best invention ever. Those are just too damn good. So
Good. Love it. Let's see if my wife
Oh,
answers. this.
She's
not
never-
answering again this week, bro.
sorry, JB. This is where Dan pretends that his wife loves him when he tries to call her and she never answers.
Yes, dear.
Honey, you answered. You are live on the Nerd Chat. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, thanks for answering, babe. Did I ever tell you I love you?
Oh,
I love you too,
Kid
dear. What do
show,
you
man.
want?
Kid show.
Honey, what was the best food you had this week? I was trying to think about this. What was something you made? I'm trying to
just say Little
shut you out.
C's.
No, I don't think I made anything good this week, but I liked our Chinese food that we got.
Oh, base is up. My wife's so base. You know what, Allie? I'm going to shout out the pasta you made. You know, the little bow tie pasta with that rose? I thought it was delicious. I devoured
It was literally pasta with jarred sauce.
and it was incredible. All right.
Yeah.
It was the best food I had this week.
You read this to Allie.
Wait, honey.
Love-
No, wait. Nissa in the chat wants you to know Happy Mother's Day.
Oh,
Yeah, so does Eric.
Over here at the nerd
oh,
chat.
and Eric.
Oh, thanks, dude.
There you go.
Todd.
Eric says Happy Mother's Day,
Us.
Allie.
Thank you.
Oh, but then Todd Oxer said she's not talking to the tennis man right now.
And freight conductor. And freight conductor. They're all.
You can tell Todd. You can tell Todd F off. Say screw you, Todd.
It's family show, Dan.
No.
Family show.
Yeah.
Okay, love you,
got
honey.
kids to
Bye.
watch.
Love you. Bye.
Yeah,
based-
JB, what a treat. This does not happen. She usually
She really, yeah, JB, there's
Never
no
answered.
joke. That's the first time she's ever been on the show. Best food I had this week, Allie did remind me, New Peking Chinese restaurant, sesame seed chicken, egg
Alameda?
rolls, lo mein. Oh my chance. It's literally been there since we've 30,
75
40 years.
yes.
Incredible. Still there. So that says something
Hey,
about the
been there
quality
that
of their
long.
takeout. Yes, it has. It was there since
75
we were
years?
kids. No, 30. Shout out to New Peking. JB, what was the best food you had this week?
You can make something up if you want.
Well, I
we got-
prepped him. I told him we were going to be doing this.
Steak or something.
And I kept thinking about it, and we got 4 kids. We don't go out much because they're crazy in the restaurant. Lots
Yep.
of hot dogs and ramen at home. My wife did make a pretty good taco pasta tonight. It was like
There you
shells
go.
and cheese and
Taco
burger and
pasta.
tomatoes. So
Okay.
Nice.
I go with
Ain't
that.
no wrong with that.
Guys.
Nice.
Gentlemen, this has been the Nerd Chat episode. Is this 210?
210.
I hope
Gears of PlayStation, guys. It's over. Bacon Gears of PlayStation.
This is like so much stuff. Hold on. Here we go.
News team!
No.
Nope.
Not the one.
Nope. My name is Daddy Dewall. You can follow me at Daddy Dewall across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast on all social media. I want to thank our special guest, Mr. JB Coleman. He is the author of Dungeon Lords, The Lost Disciple. For fans of RPG strategy and high-stakes adventure, the war for Evania was supposed to end. It was only the beginning. Fate is calling. The question is, will Faro answer? Dark fantasy epic with RPG depth. The chosen one has fallen. Mystical powers, brutal battles, magic twists, kingdoms fall, lore that unfolds naturally, progressive fantasy, prophecy in ruin. No info dumping, just immersion.
Ooh.
JB, thank you for coming onto the show. Where can people find you? And what else? Anything else you'd like to share about your book? Thank you for being here.
On Blue Sky and Facebook. You can look up Dungeon Lords. I think I'm at Dungeon Lords. So
All right.
All right. Thank you for the codes as well. We'll talk about getting those out. We'll talk about Nessa getting a code. Shout out to Freight Conductor for purchasing a book. X Bacon
Yeah.
Gaming. Where can people find you?
Oh, you can still find me on Twitter, keeping up the good fight, defending Xbox.
Elon's territory. All right. And Bubba Boy and 7. Where can people find you?
Oh, and I won't be here next week.
Not Twitter, but all the different iterations of France. I need to get a plane ticket and actually go to France because
I've been there.
I
It's cool.
speak a little French, yeah, and I'm just loving all my time in AC Unity and Lumiere. Or I guess I'm not in Lumiere anymore, right? I'm fighting for Lumiere.
Very, very nice, guys. Shout out to the chat as well. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas, said Diego. Shout out to B. Shout out to Eric, Nissa, Freight Conductor, all the regulars. Shout out to Dinero Primero. Tomorrow is my wife's B-Day. Shout out Diego. Shout out to Mrs. Primero. As always, gentlemen, JB, follow our lead here. See you online.
See you online.
See you
See you
online.
online. See you online.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah. Outro.
Close it. The Nerd Chat is an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast across all social media. The show was created by Daniel Walenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy D. Wally. Co-host and producer Jose Martinez III can be found at Chipotle_bear. Former intern, now co-host Jason Jarrett can be found at xbacongamin. And former co-host, now returning intern Chance Siegel can be found at BubbleBoy N7. If you'd like to find out more about the show, please visit nerdchatmedia.com. And as always, see you online.